This call is now being recorded.
Fine. A very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, okay. I hope the screen is visible and audio is clear, video is clear. Kindly give feedback for the same.
Yes, sir. It is
Okay,
clear.
fine. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So let's start with the today's session. In the previous session, we were discussing about convolution. Today, we will be dealing with the basics or the basic fundamentals of discrete time signal. Like, what is the meaning of discrete? See, first of all, try to understand like whatever things that we hear or we view, we feel in the real-time environment is all continuous time signal because हर point पे कुछ ना कुछ value available होता है. लेकिन अगर मैं कोई वीडियो या कोई ऑडियो अगर मैं मोबाइल के थ्रू या फिर लैपटॉप के जरिए या फिर टीवी के जरिए अगर मैं सुनता हूं या देखता हूं वो डिस्क्रीट होता है. क्यों सर ऐसा मैंने वर्ड्स यूज किया? बिकॉज सिंपल है. कंटिन्यूस टाइम सिग्नल की अगर मैं बात करूं तो इफ आई स्टार्ट रिकॉर्डिंग ईच एंड एवरी वैल्यू of that given time, I will have infinite number of samples, and that infinite number of samples I cannot even store on 8 TB of my storage. Even 8 TB, 8 terabytes of my drive will be insufficient to store all those infinite samples. So yes, obviously I need to record in the form of samples, and that sample storing is known as a discrete. I'll be discretizing my entire continuous time signal so that after reconstruction, that continuous time signal gives an intuition of a continuous time signal. I hope the statement is very much clear to you. Now, what is the meaning of this? You can see the first image over here. The first image is a continuous time signal. ऐसे एक मैंने गाना मैंने ले लिया, वो गाने का मैंने यहाँ पे continuous time signal representation मैंने दिखाया है. तो इससे ये समझ में आता है कि हर इंस्टेंट पे कुछ ना कुछ वैल्यू अवेलेबल है. अगर आपको मैं पूछता हूँ, सर व्हाट इज द वैल्यू एट 0, you will say that value 0 it is somewhat around 2 volt. So what is the value at 1? You will say that at 1 the value is near about like 1 volt. So what is the value at 0.5? You will say some values available. What is the value at 0.01? You will say some values available. मतलब हर इंस्टेंस में 0.00001, 0.0000015 the value is available because it is a continuous time signal. So continuous time signal के इसमें जो x axis होता है वो time axis होता है, fine, ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity, and on y axis I'll be taking that arbitrary signal x which is a function of time t. Okay, now I'll be using a comb function. What is a comb function? A comb function मतलब it is a series of impulses. A comb function का मतलब ये होता है कि it is a series of impulses. So I'll be writing like in this form. I can write this is a comb function given by summation of delta of n minus k t. Okay, fine. Now what is the meaning of this, sir? Where k is going from minus infinity to plus infinity. Fine. Okay. For example, k is 1. I said is n minus t. If I say k is minus 1, it will give me n plus t. तो n minus t मतलब डिले होता है. n plus t कहेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा सर? वो एडवांस हो जाएगा. फाइन. And let us assume t equal to 1. Let t equal to 1. Fine. T is known as what? T is a time period. So let t equal to 1. तो क्या हो जाएगा? 0 to 1, 1 to t. 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and so on. If t equal to 2, then what will become, sir? Then that means you're increasing the time period. That means you're decreasing the frequency. Fine. Now, अभी ये जो चीज आपको मिला यहाँ पे, तो इससे क्लियर हो जाता है कि सर डेल्टा फंक्शन जो होता है उसका मैग्नीट्यूड हमेशा 1 होता है because it is area under a curve. So everywhere the value will be equal to 1. And if I start multiplying this 1 with this, if I multiply this one with this, if I multiply this one with this, so I get something of this kind. I get this as a final answer. I get this as my final answer. Okay. And this is obviously 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay. Got it, sir? What I'm trying to say. So अभी मैं काम करने वाला सर यहाँ पे. Now this what I have drawn is x of n, where n is number of sample, where x of n is n number of samples. So now this is the signal which I have drawn. Fine. This is the discretized signal. So what is the value, sir? For example, I said 0, the value is 1. This is 3. This, for example, this can be 1.5. For example, this is 2.5. This can be like, for example, 2 volt. Fine. This can be, for example, 3.5. This can be like 0.5. This can be like, for example, 2 volt, it can be any value, sir. It can be any value, fine. Because this is nothing but multiplication by 1. I am multiplying 1 at every instant with the continuous time signal. Fine, okay. Now, this signal is available in front of me. So now just have a look at this. Just have a look at this, all the three things which are drawn, sir. So you can see here, okay, this is a continuous time signal. This is a sampler. This is a sampler. Why do I call it sampler, sir? I call this a sampler. The reason is because this gives me at what time I have to take the sample. At 1, at 2, at 3, at 0, at -1. So only at that instances I'm taking a sample, and the sample value equal to 1 is multiplied with that instance of continuous time signal, and that gives me a discrete time signal. So I can say, in order to understand more better way, yes, sir, this is a continuous time signal. This is a sampler, which we call it as a Comb function or a Dirac function, and this is a discrete time signal. Okay, is it clear to you, sir, what I'm trying to say? Okay, so I can say x of n is equal to multiplied by x of t. X of n is equal to x of t, provided it is being multiplied by summation of क्या लिखेंगे सर वहां पे हम लोग? Can you help me, sir? What am I supposed to write? It is x of k is equal to x of t multiplied by summation running from k equal to minus of infinitive to plus infinitive of delta n minus kt. Okay, sir? Understood? This is the formula which I have in front of you. This is the formula. अगर फॉर्मूला डायरेक्ट अगर बता देता तो शायद रट्टा मारना पड़ता यहाँ पे, बट मुझे आपको रट्टा नहीं मरवाना है. I want you to understand the logic, the science behind this formula. कि सर ये कैसे हुआ करके, from where do I wrote this formula? So this formula actually came from this. Is it clear to you, sir? Is it clear to you?
Sir.
Okay, sir, don't worry, sir. ये फॉर्मूला को यूज करके ये पूरा चीज को समझने के लिए probably on this Saturday, or maybe like when you come in the offline mode, that will be much more better rather than going on Saturday. जब offline mode में जब आओगे तो वो टाइम पे हम एक सेशन हम बुक करेंगे हम लोग, और वहां पे I will show you in a very physical manner. I'll be getting some speakers as well, proper 2.1 speaker हम लेकर आएंगे वहां पे, and then I will show you कि how we are going to generate and play with the song using MATLAB. Fine. A physical thing is going in, a physical ideology is there in my mind, which I was working for the past couple of days. That thing that will be very much fruitful and which completely mesmerizing and completely intuitive to understand how sampling is to be done and how the samples are used for the operations and how we are going to hear them through our speakers. जिस तरीके से मेरा डिस्कशन तलेले सर के साथ में हुआ कि स्टूडेंट शुड गेट द फील ऑफ हार्डवेयर. Student should be in a position to use hardware in such a way so that should be able to understand how the signals are to be procured from the real-time environment, how they are processed, and how we are going to give them outside. That's the main idea behind this. Okay, fine. Now we are done understanding what is a continuous time signal and what is a discrete time signal. Now I'm only going to take this many samples. That's it. Okay. Now, how to represent these samples? How to represent these samples? So there are multiple ways of representation of sample. So now we're going to understand the very important topic of today's, that is representation of a discrete time signal. Representation of a discrete time signal. How can you represent, sir? How can you represent a discrete time signal? Obviously, discrete time signal is denoted by letter X, because X is any arbitrary random signal. Fine, let the age at which Salman Khan is going to marry be X, because I don't know when he's going to marry. Fine, I simply write here X bracket N. Why N? Because N corresponds to number of sample. Fine, if you remember, continuous में आपने क्या लिखा था? X of t. यहाँ पे क्या लिखने वाले हो? X of N. Okay, fine. I hope the things are clear to you. Why I'm going to write this? Fine. Okay, done with this. Now, there are multiple ways of representing a signal. The first way is the graphical representation. The first way is the graphical representation. Okay, sir, can you help me? What is the meaning of graphical representation? What is the meaning of graphical representation? The name itself suggests you it's a graph in front of you. So this is a graphical representation. I am denoting a entire signal by means of a graph. That's what we call it as a graphical representation. Fine. I hope the things are clear to you. Okay, fine. Next, we are going to discuss the second part that we're going to discuss is the functional representation. Second that we're going to discuss is the functional representation. functional, also sometimes known as mathematical representation. What is the meaning of this functional representation, mathematical representation? Over here, see how I'm going to write here. I'll showcase it to you. For example, suppose if I come over here and if I write here like example like x of n. Why x of n? Obviously, sir, na, x of n. I'll be writing like x of n is equal to 1. When it is 1, for n equal to 0. It is equal to 2. कब 2 होता है is equal to 2 when n is equal to, it is equal to 2, it is equal to 2 when n is equal to -3 and 4, n equal to -3, 4. It is equal to 1.5 when n is equal to 2. Understanding, sir, what I'm trying to say? On the same lines, we are going to complete this entire table. आप पूरा लिस्टिंग करने वाले यहाँ पे कि this equal to this at this is equal to this at this. So this is what we call it as a functional or a mathematical representation. The third type that we have, we call it as a tabular representation. The third type that we have is known as tabular representation. Tabular representation. What is the meaning of tabular representation, sir? Over here, I'll be drawing a table. How to draw a table? A table will be of 2 rows. A table will be of 2 rows. Means I'll be having here n and I'll be having x of n. I'll be having here n and x of n. Example, value at -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Done? Okay. Then you make these columns. And now you start writing the value of x of n with reference to each and every thing mentioned over there. Fine. So, example, like can you tell me, sir, what should we write over there? At 0, what is the value? I say at 0 the value is 1. So simply write about at 0 the value is 1. At 1 the value is 3. At 2 the value is 1.5. Fine. And this is how I'm going to complete my table. At 3 I have like 2.5. At -1 I have like 3.5. At -2 I have near about like 0.5 and so on. This is how I'm going to complete my entire table. It's known as tabular representation. The fourth way which I have, the fourth method, we call it a sequential representation. Now just have to understand what is the fourth way. I have told you there are 4 ways are there, sir. The fourth way I'm going to discuss. The fourth way we call it as a sequential representation because I'm going to write numbers in case of sequence. Sequential representation. How do I write, sir? In order to write numbers in form of sequential representation, I'll be writing like this. I need to first make this curly brackets, brace bracket open, brace bracket complete, and I'll write over here, this is my x of n. And now I can say simply write like 2, whatever the blue color which I see over here, 2, come on guys, please pronounce 2, 0.5, comma, 3.5, comma, 1, comma, 3, comma, 1.5, comma, 2.5. Fine. Next, comma, 2.5, comma, 2. Complete. Now, after you write all this blue color in sequence format, done. Now, how to identify where is the value at n equal to 0? So here you say this is that value exactly at n equal to 0. This is that value which indicate n equal to 0. So this is the value 0. At 0 you get 1. So here you have to draw a arrow like this. This arrow indicates that this is the value at n equal to 0. In some books, arrow are in the downward direction. In some books, arrow are in the upward direction. In some books, we mention like this by putting an underline, and in some books, it's like that way. Fine. So there are different ways. Like some prefer putting arrows in the downward direction, in the upward direction, by putting underline, by putting upper arrow like that way. Fine. I generally prefer like this. As a faculty, my role is to teach you all the methods. Fine. So that when you read a book, Nagur Kani, Semen Hekin, whatever book you read, at that time it should not happen कि अरे Najib sir ने तो ऐसा बोला था, book में तो ऐसा दिया हुआ है. You should know all the 4 ways. Okay. Now, it may happen. Examiner may tend to forget to put the arrow. So what to do? Should I raise a doubt over there? Sir, arrow is missing. At that time, you have to assume that the arrow is at the starting position of the sample. Means this is a purely a right-sided function. This means the sample value starting from 2.5, 3.5, 1, 3 and so on. Means this is purely a one-sided function and only available in the right-hand side of the graph. Understood, sir? This means that. Now, in this case, if I tell you, okay, sir, now can you help me out? If example, if I say Okay, now arrow is not over here. The arrow is somewhere over here. What is the meaning of this? Like the way we have in this case, is it now? Is this a both-sided function or a one-sided function, sir?
Both sides.
Both-sided. Fantastic, beta. If I ask you, sir, now the arrow is not over here. The arrow is now over here. What will you say?
Left sided.
It is one-sided, but it is in the left side of the plane. It is on the left side. Fine. Okay. यहाँ पे अगर हो तो क्या बोलते हैं आप? Now it is one-sided.
One-sided and right.
Yes, now it is right side. अभी right side में है आपका पूरा सिग्नल और अब यहाँ पे अगर मैं ड्रॉ करूंगा तो आप कहोगे इसको left side में आ गया. So now have you understood all the four methods of the graph or four methods of the representation? The first that we have is the graphical representation. Second we have is the functional or the mathematical representation. And third is the tabular representation. The last is the sequential representation. Now let me ask a very simple question to you. That can be answered by any one of you. Sir, out of the four, which of the method you like the most? Out of the four, which of the method you like the most? Because all four methods gives you the representation of a discrete time scale. You can use any one of the method and you can understand it. So out of the four, which method did you like the most? The way of representation.
Sequential.
Okay, so I can see that there are 2 votes for sequential. Okay. What
Graphical.
Yes,
Graphical.
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 Okay. What about others? Fast.
Sequential.
Sequential. Very good. Okay. Next.
Sequential.
Sequential. Okay. और कोई? आदित्य भी sequential. तो भाई 5 हो गया. और कोई? Quick. There is no voting for functional and tabular. Graphical. किसी को functional tabular पसंद नहीं आया क्या? No one like functional or tabular? Okay, fine. Now listen. ये तो आपका कहना था. Obviously, it is a subjective preferences. Like you may prefer for this, you may prefer for this. अभी coming to syllabus point of view. As per syllabus, obviously, is always the first choice. And fortunately, you all have preferred for sequential. And yes, obviously, syllabus also comes in line with that. Syllabus also acknowledges, syllabus also endorses with sequential representation. Second choice of syllabus is this. Obviously, you also have tried for that. Third choice is this. Very least choice for this. Okay. So if you are not aware with sequential, kindly make a note of this. It is very, very important. It is very easy. So now in order to understand sequential in more better way. So this is the value of the signal at n equal to 0. Yes. So what is this 3? Where is 3 then? 3 is then at n equal to?
N equals 1.
Exactly. मतलब अगर ये n equal to 0 represent करता है, अगर example ये arrow अगर n equal to 0 represent करता है, तो सर ये लाजमी है, ये obligatory है कि that obviously then this is n equal to 1, sample value at n equal to 2, sample n equal to 3, and so on. Similarly, n equal to -1, n equal to -2, and so on. So I hope the things are clear to you what I'm talking about all this. So this is about the representation of the signal, and I hope I have shared the notes in this prospect. So this is what you can go with. So this is what we call it as a representation. I'll showcase it to you. Just give me a moment, sir. Yes. Representation of a discrete time signal. I hope these notes are there with you. Kindly check. ये notes है क्या आपके पास में? Graphical representation वाला. Functional representation 3, 2, 1, 0. So where is 3? 3 is at 1. What about 2? So 2 is at -2 and +4. What about 1? So I can say 1 is at -3 and +2, -3 and +2, and 0 per bhi hai 1. Okay. This is how I'm going to write in case of functional or mathematical representation. If I talk about tabular representation, it is there in front of you how to write tabular. This is the sequential representation. Fine. Okay. Understood. Now delta n. This is delta n. Only at 0 you have 1. Step signal u of n, so you have 0 pe 1, 1 pe 1, 2 pe 1, 3 pe 1, because it is discretized in nature. So don't draw continuous. Better don't draw continuous signal. You'll be drawing a signal like this way: 0 for 1, 1 for 1, 2 pe 1, 3 pe 1, 4 pe 1, and so on. Fine, understood, sir? Similarly, if we talk about unit ramp signal, the ramp signal will look like this: 0, 1 पे 1, 2 पे 1, 3 पे 1, 4 पे 1, and so on. Is it clear to you, sir? Okay, fine. Now, next, sinusoidal signal, exponential signal. Okay, so this is what we have seen so far. Now, in case of MATLAB, how to plot these signals? In case of MATLAB, how to plot this signal? I'll be using a stem function. I'll be using a stem function in order to represent them. Okay, I'll be using a stem function in order to represent this. Just give me a moment, sir. I'll show you how that things has to be done on MATLAB. Fine. I'll just increase the screen resolution because it's easy for you to grasp the things. Okay. Now, so this is the MATLAB window open in front of us. Okay. So now I need to write first what? N. Why N? Because हम लोग T लिखा करते थे. यहाँ पे मैं क्या लिखने वाला हूँ? N लिखने वाला हूँ. N equal to minus of 20 colon of 1 because I have to keep step size as 1 only because integers are not available. I mean decimals are not available. जैसे for example यहाँ पे अगर आपने देखा होगा तो मैंने क्या बोला सर यहाँ पे आपको like you have here -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So, integers are available. Do you have anything 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 3.25, 4.25? No. You can only have integers are available. You cannot have fractional part. Okay. In case of discrete time signal, fraction part is not available. You cannot say what is the value at 1.25. No idea. I will assume it to be 0. So if someone asks me what is the value at 2.25, 3.25, 4.25, minus 1.25, so I will say I don't have sample. I assume to be 0. I interpolate as a 0. So 0 is an estimation, 0 is an approximation, 0 is an interpolation. Okay. So 0 is not the value given by discrete time signal. I assume it to be 0 because I don't have a sample available at that point. Okay. Because I have taken sample only at the integral values. What is the meaning of integral values? 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 onwards. Okay, fine. Now, so that is the reason I need to put here as 1. I cannot put here 0.5 something of this kind. वो आपने continuous में किया था वहाँ पे, but discrete मुझे वहाँ पे n ही लिखना पड़ेगा और -20 to 1 to 20 because I want to go in the left as well as in the right. Fine, done. Now I write here x equal to, for example, suppose I'm writing here as x equal to sine of t. Sorry, sine of n. X equal to sine of n. And now I want to plot this. So in case of continuous time signal, you have written over there what's a plot. आपने कैसे लिखा था? Plot लिखा था ना आपने क्या लिखा था? Plot n comma x. This is what you have written. And then you have got this beautiful graph in front of you. Fine, but I don't want to plot the continuous time signal. I want to plot, sir, what? I want to plot a discrete time signal. So I won't be writing plot. I'll be writing the stem function, STEM, stem, and then I'll be writing there n comma x, stem n comma. Yes, this plot has to be replaced by stem. And when I try to plot this, I get this kind of signal in front of me. This is a sinusoidal function. This is a sinusoidal function. You want a grid as well? You can put the grid here. I want grid, so you can put like grid on. This is how the signal will look like. Is it clear to you, sir? Any question on this in this part? If you want to plot heavy side function, just write over there heavy side of n, This is your x equal to heavy side of n, and then I simply write over there as stem n comma x, and I keep my grid on. I'll show you how it will look like. This is the heavy side function. फाइन 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. यहाँ पे मैटलैब एक छोटा सा गलती कर देता है. मैटलैब यहाँ पे बोलता है at n equal to 0 the value is 0.5, which is actually wrong. Because discrete में you have to take n equal to 0 per 1. Gibbs phenomenon is not applicable for discrete time signal. Kindly understand this, very very important. This is the mistake in the MATLAB. MATLAB के अंदर mistake किया हुआ है sir. In case of discrete time Heaviside function at n equal to 0, you have to take value as 1 and not 0.5. Get my question आएगा. A discrete time unit step function, the value of n equal to 0 equal to dash 1 0 0.5 infinitive. What will be your answer, sir? What will be your answer? Discrete time unit
1.
1. Yes. If it is continuous time, then
0.5.
yes. Why, sir? Because Gibbs phenomenon is not applicable for discrete time. Why, sir? Why Gibbs is so racist? Why Gibbs is racist about it? The reason is because what if you try to read the lines of Gibbs phenomenon? Gibbs phenomenon is used to solve the ambiguity at the point of discontinuity. Gibbs phenomenon is used to solve the ambiguity at the point of discontinuity. So what is the dictionary meaning of ambiguity? Ambiguity means what? Ambiguity means confusion, because at n equal to 0 confusion occur. What kind of confusion it is? So it was 0, it was 1, then what is the value in between? In order to solve this problem, in order to solve this ambiguity, Gibbs phenomenon comes into consideration. But in case of discrete beta, ambiguity is there in every point, because you know the value of the signal at n equal to 0 is 1. You say at n equal to 0 the value is 1. At n equal to 2 the value is 1. So what is the value? 1.5. Yes, can you tell me what is the value at 2.5? Can you tell me what is the value of 2.25? Can you tell me the value? No, sir. Why? Because you have not taken the sample. Sir, ambiguity तो उधर भी है, तो कहाँ का गिब्स फिनोमेनन लगाते फिरोगे आप? इसीलिए गिब्स फिनोमेनन वहां पे बोलता है भाई not applicable. Don't please excuse me from discrete time. That is the reason. That is the reason. As a sake of presumption, I take at n equal to 0 the value is to be 1. Is it clear to you, sir? Why Gibbs phenomenon is not applicable? This could be a viva question. Why do you say at n equal to 0 the value is 1, and when you take continuous time signal, that time you say the value n equal to 0 0.5, because t equal to 0. T equal to 0 in continuous time gives the ambiguity, because that is the point of discontinuity. That is the only point of discontinuity. In order to solve that only point of discontinuity, you apply Gibbs phenomenon. But in case of discrete time, everywhere discontinuity is, because the discretization का मतलब ही वही है, you are introducing discontinuity right from basic, right from scratch. Is it clear to you, sir? Any question at this point? Okay. So this is what we were discussing in this prospect. I'll again change my screen resolution so things becomes more simpler. तो आपको मैं पहले ही कहा था सर कि आपको मेरे लेक्चर में theoretical plus practical दोनों knowledge मिलने वाला है. Fine, okay. So I hope the things are clear to you. Now, why we are discussing all this, sir? We are discussing because we want to learn convolution. That is the main prospect. I want you to understand convolution, sir. So in order to understand convolution, I'll again open with the notes of convolution so it become more easy and simpler to how convolution is to be done. आपने convolution time domain में देखा. अभी हम समझने वाले कॉन्वोल्यूशन डिस्क्रीट टाइम डोमेन में कैसे किया जाता है. हाउ टू परफॉर्म कॉन्वोल्यूशन इन डिस्क्रीट टाइम डोमेन. नाउ केयरफुली लिसन करिए सर. यहां पे कॉन्वोल्यूशन जो होता है वो दो टाइप का होता है. दो टाइप का मतलब एक होता है लीनियर कॉन्वोल्यूशन और एक होता है सर्कुलर कॉन्वोल्यूशन. फाइन. एक होता है लीनियर, एक होता है सर्कुलर. फाइन. नाउ फेनिल, आर यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
How many types of convolution are there? How many types of convolution? Sir, आपके सामने है सर. 2 types.
So 2 types. हाँ sir.
Name them.
So sir, linear convolution, circular convolution.
Yes, linear convolution and circular convolution. Shrutiman, what is the formula for linear convolution?
L is equal to L1 plus L2 minus 1.
Once again, what is the formula for linear convolution? What is the formula for linear convolution, sir?
L is equal to L1 plus L2
Exactly.
minus 1.
The formula is L is equal to L1 plus L2 minus 1. The formula is L equal to L1 plus L2 minus 1 for what? For linear convolution. Now, okay. Ayushi is there. Namita is there. Come on, fast. Chalo, Shrutiman, are you there? Fine.
Yes,
can
sir.
you give me the formula for circular convolution?
L is equal to L1, which is also equal to L2.
Exactly. Once again.
L is equal to L1 is equal to L2.
Very good. Stop. Now, in order to solve linear convolution, there are 2 methods. Method number 1, by time domain or by frequency domain. By time domain or by frequency domain. Fine. What is time domain? What is frequency domain? We will understand in more better way when we start with Laplace. When we start with Laplace transformation, probably the end of the week or maybe in the from Tuesday onwards. Fine. Today is the last week for the completion of this chapter. Okay. This week is the last week. Okay. Now, in time domain, we are having two methods: graphical method and tabular method. Graphical method and tabular method. Linear convolution, two methods: time domain, frequency domain. Under time domain, you have graphical method and tabular method. I'll be currently using tabular method. Why? Because it is easy to understand and it is used generally in case of examination, GATE exam. GATE exam, UPSC, aptitude, interview के time पे मैं ये tabular method use करने वाला हूँ, because graphical method is somewhat tedious, sometimes it is time consuming as well. The way you have seen. That is the reason I'll prefer tabular method for performing this. Talking about frequency domain. Frequency domain जब पढ़ाई करेंगे Laplace transformation, फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, तब चीजें और क्लियर होगी हमारे सामने. बट करंटली समझिए कैसे डोमेन होता है फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन करके, और वो फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन के अंदर एक मेथड होता है डीएफटी, डिस्क्रीट फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म. व्हाट इज द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ डीएफटी? कैन यू रिपीट सर? कैन यू रिपीट द फॉर्मूला फॉर डीएफटी?
Discrete Fourier transform.
Exactly, discrete Fourier transform. Who is Fourier? I showed it person. वो देखा था आपने वो आदमी को फूरियर को आपको दिखाया था मैंने आपको.
हाँ सर, मैथमेटिशियन.
करेक्ट है. What about this? What is the full form of FFT? F for fast, F for Fourier, T for transform. Fast Fourier transform. Can you tell me the formula for FFT? Can you tell me the formula for FFT? I mean the full form of FFT.
Fast Fourier transform.
Exactly. DFT.
Discrete Fourier transform.
Exactly. Fine. Very good. जब पढ़ेंगे तब और क्लैरिटी मिलेगा. बहुत इजी है, इंटरेस्टिंग है, मजा आता है सिखाने के लिए. एंड अगेन आई हैव वेरी गुड जोक्स, कॉमेडी ओवर देयर, so it becomes very interesting for you to listen this theory. Don't worry about it. Next you will be discussing on circular convolution. How many methods? Two methods. Circular matrix time domain के लिए. Circular matrix time domain के लिए. यहाँ पे कौन सा मेथड है सर? Yes, can you tell me sir, what are two methods available? Tell me fast.
Discrete Fourier transform and fast Fourier transform.
Exactly. DFT and FFT, discrete Fourier transform and fast Fourier transform. So now, as of now, as per the knowledge that I have, as per the prevailing knowledge, I'll be using only tabular method for solving linear convolution and circular matrix for my circular convolution. So let's start first with tabular method. I want everyone attention to be on the board. How this has to be done. I'll clear the board for you and let's start sir with the very first question, that is this one. The question is in front of you. Question कैसे आता है एग्जाम में? Obtain the convolution of x of n equal to 2314 and h of n equal to 1 to 1. 2314 1 to 1. Fine. Now, before we start sir, before we start with the question, can you tell me the formula for linear convolution? Can you just recall it? Just now we have tried to rectify the thing.
L is equal to L1 plus L2 minus.
Fantastic, beta. Fantastic. L is equal to L1 plus L2 minus 1. Very good, sir. Okay. So formula we have just now we have pronounced. It is L is equal to L1 plus L2 minus 1. Now what it is the meaning of this? Sir, this is my first signal, x of n. This is my second signal, h of n. Why do I say such kind of thing? Because obviously convolution is a binary operation. In case of convolution, I require two signals, 3 multiplied by 2, 3 plus 2. I require two operands. One operand तो चलेगा ही नहीं. अगर एग्जामिनर ने अगर one operand दिया है तो मैं क्या बोलूंगा उसका? Question is incomplete. Kindly give me full marks. Question is incomplete. I require two operands over there. Similarly यहाँ पे दो operand का requirement है तो उसने मुझे दो operand दे दिया x और h बोलकर. Now I will say this is my first signal and I call this as L1 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. How many samples are there, sir? Total samples 4. I can say there are 4 samples. I can say L1 is equal to 4. Similarly, can you tell me, sir, how many samples are there for L2? How many samples are there for second signal? What is the value of L2? How many samples are there?
3 samples.
3, yeah, exactly. Now, sir, tell me the formula, sir. L1 plus L2 minus 1, that will give you value of capital L. What is the value of this, sir? 4 plus 3, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 minus 1, 6. Kindly keep this thing in your back of your mind. L is equal to 6. I got L equal to 6. Kindly keep this thing back of your mind. I'll be requiring this. Okay, L equal to 6. याद रखिए इसको. L equal to 6 कैसा है अपने को? Because now I'm going to jump towards the whiteboard, so understand the things how this has to be done. Fine. Okay. So now I'll write this thing for you. Just a moment, sir. What is the question do I have? So I have here as x of n is equal to 2, 3, 1, 4. Fine. Done, sir. H of n is equal to 1, 2, 1. I'm done with this. Okay, sir. Clear? Yes. Now, pay attention. How to solve this? In order to solve this, first I will make this kind of structure, a skeleton, and then I'll write here x of n. I will write h of n. Why, sir? उल्टा लिखोगे तो चलेगा बेटा, आप उल्टा भी लिख सकते हो. आप चाहिए तो यहां पे आप x of n लिख दीजिएगा और यहां पे आप h of n लिख दीजिए. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता सर, आप उल्टा पलटा कुछ भी कर सकते, बिकॉज इट इज कम्यूटेटिव इन नेचर. It is commutative in nature. So what is x of n I have? 2, 3, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4. Done. Okay. I just need to extend this line. Fine. I just need to extend this line. 2, 3, 1, 4. Now, similarly, what is h of n, sir? 1, 2, 1. Simple. Understood, sir? Yes. Now, I need to draw these skeletons once again so that it becomes easy for me to complete with the stuff. Fine. Done. Okay. Don't forget, the arrow is over here, the arrow is over here. Okay, so again the arrow is over here and arrow is over here. Fine, this is 2, this is 1, 1 to 1 ka here. Fine. Now, do you know tables that you have studied in your nursery? Yes, sir. 1 2s are 2, 1 3s are 3, 1 1s are 1, 1 4s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8. Fine, sir. Correct. Going on. 1 2s are 2, 1 3s are 3, 1 1s are 1, 1 4s are 4. I'm done with it. Fine. Interesting. Yes. Now, sir. Now you tell me what is my name. So my name starts with letter N. What is ulta of N? Sir, ulta of N is like this. Fine. इसको हम लोगों ने क्या बोला था? Forward sawtooth. If you remember, forward sawtooth. इसको हम लोगों ने क्या बोला था? Reverse sawtooth. Fine. For example, ये अगर मेरा forward sawtooth है, तो मुझे ये वाला ही लेना है. मुझे I have to take this diagonal into consideration. I have to take this diagonal into consideration. Now, what is the value, sir? 2. 4 plus 3, 7. 2 plus 6 plus 1. What is that? 9. 3 plus 2 plus 4. What is the value? 9. 1 plus 8. What is the value? 9. Last what you have? 4. Complete. Sir, what about the sample n equal to 0 for the this thing? Wait, sir. Wait. See how to recall this. Sir, this is 2. Fine. This is 1. क्यों मार्क किया मैंने? Because this 2 is a sample value at n equal to 0. This is the sample value for h of n at n equal to 0. I call this as Shah Rukh Khan. I call this as Shah Rukh Khan. I call this as Gauri. Who is Gauri? Can you tell me, sir? Who is Gauri? Gauri Khan?
His wife.
Very good. When husband and wife meet together, what happens? Aryan Khan is born. This is Aryan Khan. This is Aryan Khan. Nepotism reloaded, sir. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, count the number of elements in case of this. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. क्या बोला सर? फिर से बोलिए.
6 elements.
याद आया कुछ? Do you recall this? L equal to 6. L1
Yes,
plus L2 minus 1. Yes, sir. Verified. We have verified. Sir, I have a question now. What question do you have? Sir, question is, what if this arrow is over here? सुनिए ध्यान से सर, डाउट वैलिड डाउट है. वैलिड डाउट ये है कि अगर एरो यहां होता और ये एरो अगर इधर होता तो क्या करते सर? आप क्या करते फिर? What would you have done? पॉसिबल है ना सर? डिस्क्रीट टाइम सिग्नल है, जरूरी थोड़ी कि हमेशा आपको राइट साइड मिलेगा, कभी लेफ्ट साइड आ गया तो दिस इज लेफ्ट साइडेड सिग्नल, यस और नो, दिस इज अ बोथ साइड सिग्नल, हाउ विल यू डू दिस? टेंशन क्या सर उसमें, प्रॉब्लम क्या है उसमें? दिक्कत कुछ नहीं है सर, कोई परेशानी नहीं है। सुनिए सर क्या होने वाला है, फिलहाल मैं इसको इरेज कर देता हूँ, I'll bring these things to normalcy so that we can do our understanding purpose. This is 1 for us as of now, and this was 2 as it is, and now I have this as 1 2s are 2, and I have marked this as my diagonal. Fine. Now what you told sir, now I say okay, now this is my arrow and over here the arrow is over here. Now what should be done? Okay, again same story repeats sir, same story repeats. अब story और नया आने वाला है story में. Where is Shahrukh Khan sir? Sir, this is Shahrukh Khan. Where is Gauri Khan sir? Sir, this is Gauri Khan. When husband and wife meet together, Aryan Khan is born. Where is Aryan Khan? Sir, this is Aryan Khan. This is Aryan Khan. When Aryan Khan grows up, Aryan Khan meets whom? Ananya Pandey, sir. Aryan Khan meets Ananya Pandey. A bond is formed. What is the value of the bond, sir? 8 plus 1, 9. Where is that 9, sir? This is that 9. This is that 9. Okay. Okay, sir. Understood. समझा कि नहीं समझा सर क्या किया?
Yes, sir.
Any question? You should able to narrate this story once again during your EAC examination or during your GATE or during your aptitude. The interview panel might ask you, what you're saying, Shah Rukh Khan? बोलने का I am very much fascinated with Samir Wankhede. He is such a good person. NCB. कुछ तो बोलो यार, स्टोरी मालूम नहीं है क्या आप लोगों को? आर्यन खान को अरेस्ट किया गया 2 अक्टूबर के दिन and he was in jail from 2 to 28 of October.
Yes, sir. सुना है.
Okay, very good. So have you understood this? So in order to understand this particular question and this concept, I have taken another examples for you. Can you help me with this question, sir? Fast. 1 1 0 1 1 1 minus 2 minus 3 4. What will be the number of elements in the final answer? How many number of elements will be there? Fast. Namita madam, are you there? Why are you so silent? Can you try this question? Abhinav, are you there, beta? Amisha, Arjun, yes, Arpit. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है यार? दीपाली, फेनिल, गौरव, जहान, जानवी, so many students are there. निखिल, प्रथमेश, अरे यार मराठी मानसा जागा हो. इतना सन्नाटा नहीं अच्छा लगता है मुझे. वाजी जमादार या यश, वैष्णवी.
सर आंसर 8 है.
कैसे 8 आया सर? हाउ डू यू गॉट 8?
सर L1 is 5.
Very good, sir. M is? L2 is? 4. Yes. So 5 plus 4, 9. 9 minus 1, 8. Very good, sir. This means you have passed your nursery. Fantastic. Give my regards to your parents. Yes, sir. Very good. L is equal to 8. Got it, sir? See, where is this? Shah Rukh Khan is here. Gauri is over here. 4 plus 0 is 0. 0 minus 3, minus 2, minus 5, minus 5 पे arrow. समझा कि नहीं समझा बात?
Yes, sir.
चलो सर, ये वाला क्वेश्चन फटाफट 5 सेकंड में आंसर आना मांगता है. क्विकली. 1 2 3 1 and 0.5. 1 2 3 1 and 0.5. Tell me 4. Tell me the answer. Tell me the answer. कंप्यूट करिए फटाफट. टाइम नहीं है भाई अपने पास में.
L is equal to 4.
फाइनल आंसर बताइए सर, क्या होगा? मैं लिख लेता हूं यहां पे x इक्वल टू 1 2 3 एंड h इज इक्वल टू 1 and 0.5. बराबर है? यस सर. x and h is defined. Tell me the final answer. Convolution of x comma h. Convolution of x comma h. Is this the correct answer you have got? Is this the correct answer you have got? 1
Yes.
2.5 4 1.5. 1 2.5 4 1.5. पहले ही बोला था भाई, दोनों बताऊंगा मैं. थ्योरी प्लस प्रैक्टिकल. ओके चलो. फैंटास्टिक. अंडरस्टूड सर. व्हाट इज कोरिलेशन सर? नहीं, कोरिलेशन नहीं, भी क्या बचा है यार? Now we are left with what? Circular convolution. Now we are left with circular convolution. What is the meaning of circular convolution? Circular convolution में क्या करना है सर? Circular convolution का फॉर्मूला क्या है? L equal to L1 equal to L2. The formula for circular convolution is L is equal to L1 equal to L2. Mama, L1 is 4. L2 is only 2. How come 2 equal to 4? CRG sir, Meghna madam, Nida madam, maths teacher will scold me. 2 equal to 4. क्या करोगे सर? What to do? फॉर्मूला बोलता है L is equal to L1 equal to L2. बट यहां पे अगर आप देखते हो L1 4 है, L2 2 है एंड 2 equal to 4. बोले कुछ भी यार, भांग पी के बैठा है क्या? कैसे 2 इक्वल?
मे बी x2 को सर्कुलरली रिपीट करेंगे तो 1 2 1 2 हो जाएगा।
नहीं सर, वो बात की बात है, बट मेन अभी ये है कि अपने को उसको लेंथ को सेम करना है। कैसे सेम करोगे?
2 0 ऐड करके।
क्यों भाई 2 0 ऐड करने का? 0 ने चाय पिलाया था क्या आपको? भाई 2 zeros 1 1 ऐड कर दीजिए, 2 2 ऐड करो, या जिस तरीके से अपने को श्रुति मन ने बोला सर 1 2 1 2 कर दीजिएगा, रिपीट कर दो। भाई 0 0
मल्टीप्लिकेशन पे कुछ चेंज नहीं आएगा।
क्यों भाई? मल्टीप्लिकेशन में चेंज तो आएगा ना। यस बेटा, अरे भाई अभी पढ़ाया था मैंने। यू आर करेक्ट, यू नीड टू अपेंड zeros, but why zeros? You're on the right direction, no doubt about it, but why 0? Any specific scientific reason behind that? Any reasonable reason? Sir, the reason is very clear, na sir? It is very clear. If I ask you, so what is the value at 2.5? What will you say? What will you say? What is the value at 2.5?
0.
सैंपल नहीं लिया।
Why you told 0 beta? Why you told 0?
It's an approximation.
Approximation. 0 is an interpolation. 0 is an approximation. 0 is an interjection. 0 is an estimation. Similarly, I will append 2 more zeros over here so that now I can say, now my L2 is 4, sir. Very good. I'm happy. Fine. Understood, sir, what I have done here? Now I can say 4 equal to 4, and then CRG sir, Meghna madam, Nida madam, maths teacher, Poonam madam, whomsoever it is, जो भी मैडम का इसमें जाने के मैथ सीखने के लिए वो हैप्पी हो जाएगा कि भाई now this person has done. Sir, now what is my x2 for me? What is x2 for me? Me मतलब for an engineer. What is x2 for me? 1 2 0 0. For the customer, what is x2? 1 2. कस्टमर के लिए 1 2 है, लेकिन मेरे लिए एज एन इंजीनियर व्हाट इज द वैल्यू फॉर मी? 1 2 0 0. So now I have x1 as 1 2 3 4 and I have x2 as 1 2 0 0. Fine, because this was 4, this was 2, this was 4 and this was 2. In order to make this 2 as 4, I need to append more 2 extra zeros. So I'll be appending 2 extra zeros so that now I can say this is 4 and this is 4. How many zeros I'm supposed to append, sir? How many zeros I'm supposed to append? I am supposed to append total L1 minus L2 mod of that. This many zeros I'm to append. Sir, why it is so? Example, x1 value is 5, x2 value is 3. How many zeros? Fast.
2.
5 minus 3. Fine. x1 is 7, x2 is 10. How many values?
3.
3. How you got 3? 7 minus 10 is minus 3 and mod of minus 3 is 3, and that many zeros you have to, you need to append more 3 zeros to the minimum of the elements that is possessing. Okay, fine. This could be a gate question. Gate में ऐसा question आता है कि number of zeros to be appended in case of circular convolution. What is the formula? L1 minus L2, the mod of that. Okay, understood, sir. Fantastic. Now 1 2 0 0 लगा दिया. Now how this has to be done? आपके सामने मेथड है सर, आपको बता देता हूं मैं क्या करना है यहाँ पे. सर यहाँ पे लिखा क्या पहले वो देखिए आप. सर्क्यूलर कॉन्वोल्यूशन, सर्कल, चक्री, चक्री घुमाना है सर, मुझे चक्री घुमाना है, चक्री घूमने वाला है। सर्क्यूलर का मतलब होता है चक्री, मराठी में हिंदी में से क्या कहूंगा मैं, चक्री, लाइक जायंट व्हील, आसमानी झूले में जाके बैठ जाने का मस्त आराम से। वहां पे मैं क्या करने वाला सुनिए सर, स्टोरी क्या होने वाला है, अंडरस्टैंड दिस। पहला क्वेश्चन है, आराम आराम समझ समझ के करेंगे हम लोग क्या होने वाला है, काइंडली पे अटेंशन सर। आई हैव हियर एज फर्स्ट इज व्हाट, 1 2 3 4, डन, यस, बीच में डाल देने का 1 2 0 0, finish. This is my x of n and this is my x h of n, है ना, नया सिग्नल h of n। ये कोई बुक्स में x h दिया है, कभी कभी एग्जामिनर आपको x1 x2 भी बोलेगा आपको, लेकिन मैं हमेशा x h लेता हूं बिकॉज फॉर्मूला इसको सफाइस करने वाला है। What is y of n then? Y of n is what sir? X of n and operated with h of n. What should be the sign of the operation? Because I am performing circular convolution. What is the sign for convolution, sir? What is sign for convolution? Star. Why star, sir? Because it is having addition, multiplication and shifting. Shifting का तो साइन कुछ होता नहीं है, तो एडिशन का प्लस आ जाएगा और कॉन्वोल्यूशन का साइन भी वहां पे आ जाएगा, स्टार का साइन वहां पे, तो एडिशन का साइन है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन साइन आ गया। लेकिन सर चक्री वाला कॉन्वोल्यूशन करना है तो चक्री घुमाना जरूरी है, तो ये मैं दिखा देता हूं साइन ऑफ माय सर्कुलर कॉन्वोल्यूशन। So for circular convolution you have to make a circle around it and the star will be enclosed within the circle. Fine sir, understood? Yes. Now pay attention sir. What is L1? 4. What is L2? 4. 2 नहीं बोलने का सर, 2 था, खत्म हो गया, पास था वो, भूतकाल था वो। फाइन, अभी आगे बढ़ना है। L2 is 4 now. So I can say L1 is equal to L2 equal to L equal to 4. चलो समझ गया सर यहाँ पे? यस सर, अंडरस्टूड सर। नाउ व्हाट आई एम सपोज टू डू, अब क्या करना है सर? अभी क्या करना है, यू हैव टू मेक अ मैट्रिक्स लाइक दिस, you have to make a matrix like this. Fine. How much matrix sir? 4 cross 4. कितना मैट्रिक्स सर? 4 cross 1. क्यों बोला ऐसा, सुनिए ध्यान से। क्या था पहला वाला नंबर सर? 1 2 3 4, चक्री घुमाना है सर। 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 4 पे रुक गए आप, तो 4 को जोर से बोलने का, कैसा बोलने का सर? 1 2 3 4, 4, 4 के बाद में क्या है? 1 1 2 3, 3 के बाद में 4 1 2 2 3 4 1। समझा आपको सर क्या क्या यहां पर मैंने डन? देन यू हैव टू राइट व्हाट सर? नेक्स्ट नंबर है 1 2 0 0। Is matrix multiplication possible? Yes. Why? Because m cross n and n cross p, इसका कॉलम और इसका रो और मैचिंग, so I can have the final answer in the form of m cross p, that is 4 cross 1. Tell me the final answer sir. What will be the final answer? How to perform matrix multiplication? Sir, I don't know, never studied maths. Okay sir, don't worry, I am there to teach you mathematics. 1 1s are 1, plus 4 2s are 8, plus 3 zeros are 0, plus 2 zeros are 0. What is the answer sir? 1 plus 8 9. Agreed? Similarly 2 1s are 2, plus 1 2s are 2, plus 4 zeros are 0, plus 3 zeros 0. What is the answer sir? 2 plus 2 is 4. Fine. Next sir, 3 1s are 3, plus 2 2s are 4, 3 plus 4. What is the answer? 7, plus 1 into 0, plus 4 into 0, 7. Last chance sir, 4 1s are 4, plus 3 2s are 6. What is the answer sir? What is the answer? 10. Why? Because these are zeros. Understood sir what I have done? Have you understood?
Yes sir.
Okay, have you got the final answer as with 4 elements, L1 equal to L2 equal to L? Yes. Now shortcut. Why shortcut? ये अगर आप एग्जाम में करोगे, एग्जाम मतलब कौन सा, गेट की बात कर रहा हूं सर, गेट में करोगे, एप्टी में करोगे, इट विल टेक गुड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम ऑफ योर्स. डोंट डू दिस नॉनसेंस बुलशिट. हाउ टू डू इन एग्जाम? In exam, either take a pencil and write 1 2 0 0 on the top. 1 2 0 0. खत्म, मेरा काम खत्म हो जाता है सर. How much time will it take to write with help of pencil over here? 1 2 0 0. Hardly 2 to 3 seconds. खत्म हो गया सर. The moment you see 0, bye bye tata. The moment you see 0, bye bye tata. Thank you very much. खत्म, चला गया. क्या बचा सर अभी? 1 1s are 1, 4 2s are 8, 1 plus 8 9. Next, 2 1s are 2, 1 2s are 2, 4. 3 1s are 3, 2 2s are 4, 3 plus 4 7. Last 4 1s are 4, 3 2s are 6, 10. Understood the shortcut, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now on the same lines, can you tell me? See, done. 9 4 7 10. Try with this now. 1 minus 1 2 minus 4 1 2. अभी सर आपको मैं और एक शॉर्टकट दिखा देता हूं. क्या है शॉर्टकट? अभी सर क्वेश्चन ये है कि मैं चक्री में x को घुमाऊं या h को घुमाऊं. मैं सीधा सीधा x को लिखूं कि h को लिखूं? किसको लिखूं सर? फास्ट, टेल मी फास्ट गाइस. इसको घुमाने का, चक्री में x को घुमाऊं कि h को घुमाऊं? सीधा सीधा x को लिखूं कि h?
जिसमें 0 है उसको लीनियरली लिखना है, सीधा सीधा.
सुनिए ध्यान से अभी क्या करने का, सुनिए सर. इसको कैसे याद रखा है मैंने? Shruti is correct at that point. सर 0 किस में ज्यादा है? h of n में. तो ये हो गया 0. अब ये 0 तो ये हीरो. ऑब्वियसली ना, तभी तो पॉसिबल है ना. एक को आप काला बोले तो दूसरे को गोरा बोलना पड़ेगा. एक ट्रू है दूसरा फॉल्स होगा. एक इंडिया दूसरा पाकिस्तान होना जरूरी है. इट शुड बी लाइक कपल. फाइन. तो अगर ये 0 है तो ये हीरो है. अच्छा, तो ये हीरो है. घुमा साले को चक्री में. बहुत भाव खाता है बेचारा, गरीब है यार. 0 0 0 है. क्यों उस पे बेचारे पे अत्याचार कर रहा है यार? अपने गांधी जी बापू जी नाराज हो जाएंगे. राइट इट सिक्वेंशियली. अंडरस्टूड सर? हाउ टू रिमेंबर? मैंने ऐसा याद रखा है कि भाई ये हीरो है, इसको चक्री में घुमाना है. बिकॉज हीरो है, बहुत ईगो है इसको, बहुत इसका एटीट्यूड है, इसको चक्री में घुमाओ. और ये बेचारा पहले से निर्लज आदमी है, पहले से दिव्यांग आदमी है ये. इसको भाई सीधा सीधा लिखो, खत्म कर दो स्टोरी. यहाँ पर आई गेट आंसर इज 9 4 7 10. Similarly, I want you to try this question. What will be the answer, sir? अभी हीरो कौन, जीरो कौन? फास्ट. हीरो कौन और जीरो कौन?
x1 हीरो एंड x2 0.
फैंटास्टिक. बिकॉज यहाँ पे आप लिखने वाले हो 0 0, तो ये बन जाएगा हीरो और ये बन जाएगा 0. फाइन, वेरी गुड सर. अनदर क्वेश्चन सर, अनदर क्वेश्चन. कैन यू टेल मी फॉर दिस? Who is hero, who is zero? दिखने तो साला दोनों भी हीरो दिखता है.
बोथ सेम.
एग्जैक्टली दैट व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. दिखने को तो दोनों भी हीरो दिखता है, लेकिन किसी को एक को तो जीरो बनाना पड़ेगा. दोनों तो हीरो नहीं हो सकता है सर. किसको जीरो बोलो? मतलब किसको मैं चक्री में घुमाऊं और किसको मैं सीधा सीधा लिखो? जीरो को सीधा सीधा लिखना है.
सर कुछ भी ले सकते हैं इस केस में.
ऑब्वियसली कुछ भी ले सकते हैं. दैट इज द बेसिक रूल ऑफ कन्वोल्यूशन. बिकॉज़ कन्वोल्यूशन इज कम्यूटेटिव इन नेचर. 3 plus 2 and 2 plus 3 will give you same answer. बट क्या लॉजिक करना चाहिए? सुनिए ध्यान से. यहाँ पे सर मैं इसको 0 लेने वाला हूँ. रीजन है सर. व्हाई? बिकॉज यहाँ पे 1 and 1. व्हाई 1 1? अरे सिंपल सर. 1 into x is x. 2 and 2 2x. रीजन नंबर 1. रीजन नंबर 2, रिपीटेटिव सर. रिपीटेटिव इन नेचर. समझा आपको? You have rightly mentioned you can take any one of the hero, any one of the zero, but what is the benefit sir? अगर आप इसको 0 लेते हो तो आपका टाइम कंजम्पशन जो जाता है, आपका जो प्रोसेसिंग का टाइम है वो कम होगा सर. मुझे वो कम करवाना है. जैसे आपने बोला ये 0 ये हीरो, अगर आपने उल्टा पलटा बोला आपका टाइम बढ़ जाएगा. जहां पे आपका 2 मिनट में प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व होता है वहां पे शायद आपको 5 मिनट लगेगा. तो योर इंटरव्यूअर हु इज टेकिंग योर इंटरव्यू, दैट पर्सन विल स्टार्ट कि क्या यार कितना स्लो है, कितना काम करता, स्लो काम करता है. वो मुझे नहीं करवाना है. आई वांट यू टू डू वर्क एट अ वेरी फास्ट पेस सो दैट पर्सन गेट्स, अरे यार क्या मस्त फटाफट काम कर रहा है, ही इज वेरी टैलेंटेड. तो दैट लॉजिक, दैट क्रक्स, दैट थिंग्स यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड सर. आई होप द थिंग्स आर वेरी मच क्लियर टू यू. दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.